Hello, everyone. My name is MC, and I'm going to be your host for this Crypto Coins Codes live Telegram interview. Today, we are hosting an interview for Velas, and we're delighted to be here today with Alexander Halimonchuk, Velas Community Lead. Thank you for being here with us today, Alexander, and sorry if I've mispronounced your surname.
Hi, MC. Nice to meet you. No, I was wondering, but you actually did it correct. Like, not everyone, even in my home country, can spell it correct. So, yeah, good job on that.
Well, thank you very much. As you may imagine, I guess our listeners are familiar with your project, Velas, the world's fastest EVM blockchain and ecosystem for smart contracts and dApps. But I think it would still be great if you can and you want to, if you could give us a brief introduction, both about yourself and also about your project.
Yeah, sure. So, I guess I've joined Velas more than a year ago. Before that, I had the, um, I guess, more Forex experience, meaning I was working as a head of compliance for a big Forex broker for about 2 to 3 years, and the overall time working for the company was about 5 years. So I have joined the Velas as a support engineer, and after that I was offered the position of a community lead, right, which I am like holding till today. About Velas, so as you have told, Velas is the world fastest EVM blockchain for smart contracts and apps. The history of Velas started back in 2019. Uh, so it was founded by Alex Alexandrov and Farhad Shrigalamo. Alex Alexandrov is famous for its main creation, coin payments. One of the first and biggest uh, altcoin payment merchant and bridge. And Farhad has also about 10-15 years experience in this field. I guess since 2013, he started building his way in blockchain, and he was one of the first who has built. I don't quite remember the name of the project, but he was one of the innovators in this field at the time. Firstly, Velas started developing its blockchain from scratch, right? So this is what we call Velas legacy today. This is the network Velas started with, and after some time, we decided that developing the blockchain from scratch is too much. You already have a lot developed, so we decided to make a combination of level one Solana and EVM blockchain. So on one side, you have Solana benefits such as low transactions and speed, high speed. And on the other side, you have a EVM, like Ethereum experience, meaning that first of all, all of like the majority of dApps and the other stuff is built on Solidity based on Ethereum, which means that you can easily integrate almost like every second project in Velas. So I guess that's it. That's the brief introduction. We took best from both blockchains, integrated it in Velas, and the mainnet has, as you see it today, has started in 2020, and we are successfully developing the blockchain till today.
Well, it may have been a brief one, but it definitely was to the point. So thank you very much for sharing. Now, the first question we traditionally ask, I guess, is about the market, since we believe it's always interesting for our users to know their favorite projects and teams' opinion on Bitcoin and the rest of the market. Now, Bitcoin is hitting its lowest levels since 2020, if I'm not mistaken, amid the wider cryptocurrency crash and the shift to risk off sentiment. So after all this, Alexander, I'd like to ask you, what's your view on the current market we're in, and where do you expect it will go from here?
Well, maybe still yesterday, my answer was that we are like for half a year, we are in that flat. But since yesterday, we are trying to break out some major levels. I guess for Bitcoin, it's 20,500, then 21,000 and 22,500, 22,800. So how I see it, so of course from now on we have two routes, go up or down, nothing new. So dump is possible as a result of any other global macroeconomic stuff. Well, we have already war in Ukraine and the current state of USA economic, like they printed too much money and because of that, the inflation is going up and stuff. And yeah, so I believe at some point we are going to find BTC even lower than we had recently, like below the point of 17K. Currently, I believe we are going to 22,800. Most of all, it will be a false breakdown, and we are going after that for short positions. What I can say also, so well, if there won't be going on much and the macroeconomics and we are going to be stable, as we can say we are stable today. So the flat should result in some local uptrend, uh, maybe 25, maybe even 30, 35, but that will be much later. And yeah, when everyone is going to think that we are back in the game, BTC just will go down and catch those mid-term long lowers, find some local bottoms, and after that, I believe we could possibly go for all-time high. Uh, this should correlate with BTC halving, which is April 2024, and higher level mass adoption. Like we are seeing that each year as like almost doubling in terms of users. So by 2024, the amount of users should be pretty high. And also ATC merge till the time should show some result. Uh, I guess at that point, Ethereum should meet the second part of the merge, which actually will provide or should provide less lower transactions and higher TPS, but we will see. And the time period for this to happen, I guess it's few years. We should wait for the local trend somewhere in the end of 2023, middle of 2024. So from now till the end of 2023, it's just a beautiful possibility to learn more about the crypto, start investing, start studying, and yeah, gathering your profile or at least thinking on what to gather into the profile.
Well, thank you very much. Very interesting approach. And my next question is a bit trickier, is about the current market state. They say the bear market is the time for building because it shakes off weak and immature projects, leaving sustainable ones there. Now, based on your experience and everything you've mentioned, what is your advice for crypto projects and investors on how to survive a bear market like this one?
Well, I guess the advice will be like almost the same what I told before. Uh, the strategy for the crypto project is pretty the same. Right now, it's the time to build a product, develop it, hone it, fix the bugs, build the community. Uh, like in this way, you will achieve max results on the bull run. So as for the investors, I believe it's also the same. Learn more, hold, don't sell, and buy more, buy the dip. That's it. Not
Well,
a
thank you very
financial recommendation, by the way.
well. Sometimes a non-financial perspective is the right perspective, so thank you.
Yeah.
Now, the Wellness Network has a hybrid consensus of delegated proof of stake (POS) with proof of history (POH). So, how is it different from proof of stake? From the proof of stake we all know.
Yeah, so proof of stake requires like almost no calculations. The concept is based that there is a mechanism to create blocks using nodes or computers that have a stake. Stake as the some quantity of tokens. Uh, although like the move to POS is related to solving the problem of scalability and its consequences, it also affected consumption of energy and the environmental impact has made developers shift towards less energy consumption. And the proof of stake as an example of how modern technologies can adapt to this new model and put nature first. Uh, so what the delegated proof of stake consensus mechanism provides, it's the first of all high level of scalability and speed. This solution is essentially a variation of POS, which among benefits also reduces costs and high energy consumption by coordinating validators without competition, without such competition as we have in POV mechanism. And the POH, proof of history mechanism, provides the highest network performance compared to other POS systems. So with this in mind, the technology is environmentally friendly, and it makes it a prospective option for the further usage and development of the blockchain industry. Also, a delegated proof of stake implies that the network users uh, are able to participate and vote for delegates who then approve blocks. So it provides more power in the hands of the network participants and hence it encourages a democratic model, which basically means that we are more decentralized than the simple POS blockchain.
Thank you very much once again. Now, earlier this month, Wellers has taken a significant step in the fight against climate change by becoming a certified green carbon blockchain. Congratulations. Now, what does it take to become one? And does it mean that all the dApps built on Wellers will be green by default?
So we have researched the Velas blockchain performance and offset Velas carbon footprint since its launch. And so we bought some eco credits to cover it. And since that time, every transaction on the network has also been compensated with those credits. And yes, so if any dApps are running on Velas, they can be considered as eco-friendly, unless they have their private network of nodes or their private node, which is enclosed in enclosed environment, and their servers are running on coal or dirty energy.
Okay, very interesting. And can any blockchain become carbon neutral to reduce its impact on the environment as you recently did? Or some technologies just don't allow that?
So, of course, it depends on the technology itself, as well as the network participants and project founders. Various mechanisms exist to make the project more ecological without disturbing the principle of decentralization. So, as I told before, like POS, proof of stake, consensus, like helping this a lot. And I guess for a POV blockchain, proof of work blockchain, it would be much harder and just costly, right, to become carbon neutral.
Thank you very much once again. Now, my next question is related to your native VLX token, which is an essential part of the Velas consensus algorithm. Could you specify the role of VLX token, in the actual ecosystem?
Yeah, I'd like maybe to to make a small introduction on Velas token, right? Because I see when a lot of newcomers are coming in the Velas wallet, they are a bit confused. Like we have all these explanations in the group, in the support website, but still. So when you log into Velas wallet, you will have three main coins: Velas native, Velas EVM, and Velas legacy. So not to confuse you, Velas legacy is the old protocol coin, right? Which was firstly, as I told in the introduction, when we started to build our own coin. This is the Velas legacy. We have it only because some of the exchanges didn't switch to native or EVM, right? And some users still have Velas legacy old chain coins. They didn't switch to the new ones, didn't swap them at the time we were swapping. So that's why to make it functional for them as well, just not to, I don't know, to dump them. We are having Velas legacy functioning. Velas native, it's the main coin, like Solana code base coin, which is working for staking, and is considered the main one. And Velas EVM is the token to mm, work with uh, any other ARC tokens for swaps and other decentralized application to work with MetaMask. We have Velas EVM. If you guys need more info on that, you can join the group. And yeah, the main usage of Relax token is essential for transacting throughout the ecosystem, and it's the primary unit of account for payments and fees. It's the primary unit for when you are integrating your tap, so you should integrate Velas native as well. Also, it enables block producers to achieve consensus through the network and earn staking rewards. To put it simply, you need it for staking. You can stake only Velas native. Right now, you have also the option to stake Velas legacy, but yeah, as I told you, basically do not need it. And furthermore, the Relix token serves as a common means of exchange across many of the decentralized application that the platform hosts. So, for example, traveler.com, you can buy tickets with Relix native. Yeah,
Well, thank you
that's it.
very much once again. And could you let me know and let our users know how your project, the Velas wallet, is different from any other crypto wallet? Does it have any peculiar features?
So Velas Wallet, yeah, it's only part of our project. Like every blockchain, I guess, should have their own wallet, right? To store Bitcoin and stake. So this is basically what Velas Wallet is. You can perform some basic transactions like swapping, again staking, and sending the tokens. You have also added the we have also added the tokens of all major networks like ETH, HECO, BSC network. So I can say that this is just a simple wallet for our own purposes to handle the coin, the really coins. And what I can tell you that on the other hand, our other product is coming out, which is Velas Account, and this is the one which has a lot of unique features. So Velas Account is the primarily account for handling your crypto and express login. So when I mean express login, it's 4 seconds. You do not need to download anything, that it works as autonomous web platform. And under login, I mean that in 4 seconds, like you can register it. You do not need to remember or write out your secret phrase. You just make few clicks and you're registered, and you are safe as well. So next feature is end-to-end transactions, which means that you do not need to confirm every transaction. It's all very useful, like both features, like for the Express login and the end-to-end transactions are very useful in games, in blockchain games. Uh, a lot of time takes to confirm paying for the fee for entering the game, paying for the character, paying for buying items, and so on. Here you just create a request of allow, and you will make it like in seconds. And in the game, it's very cool because right now it takes a lot of time, like 50% of the time playing, just confirming transactions on MetaMask. And the next one is the documentation and individual approach to the integrators. Also, Velas account has transaction sponsorship, which means that the integrator, the one who, like the game who has integrated Velas account, can pay the fees for its users. And this way you can gain your auditory very quick. For comparison, like on uh, near blockchain, if you do not send some tokens for initialization purposes, you cannot log into the game, right? And maybe the last one, not the last one, limited the permissions. So you decide what you allow any connected app to do. So this is very important in terms of security. Right now, if you click the link, right, and just click approved or allow, you can lose all your tokens like in a second. This is what happens a lot, like they are sending phishing link, and in seconds your funds are just gone. This is not the case with Velas account. Even if you click allow, the application, the Velas account will only let do the actions which you pre-allowed, and nothing else. And yeah, same as Velas, it is cheap and fast. And cheap transactions and fast transactions are also important for gaming, P2E, and so on.
Well, thank you very much once again. Now, Velas offers some of the fastest transaction confirmations around, while users of the platform benefit from minimal transaction fees, from what you've said. Now, could you mention, some of the numbers we're talking about? Maybe you could even compare them to other blockchains.
Uh, yeah, this is a good question, and will be the question where I'll be talking much more. So I will be short on Velas. So our TPS is 50K plus. On the test, we went up to 75,000 transactions per second. Block time is zero point 0.4 seconds, and finality is 1.2 seconds, and transaction fee is 0.40 $1. So right now it's almost nothing. You do not feel these fees. Let's go to the comparison. Mm, let's take Ethereum, right, as the godfather of all altcoins. So Ethereum right now has 15 transactions per second. The smallest fee starts from $2. Block time is 13.6 seconds. Finality is 7 minutes. So of course, after the last Ethereum update, users expected lower fees and higher speed, but in fact, it was just to switch Ethereum to proof of stake consensus. So the fees remain the same, the speed remained the same. So, and yeah, users have to wait maybe for the next update, which will be in a year, which promises improved network scalability and speed and transactions. The next competitor, or just the comparison one, is BSC. BSC, if you don't know, didn't know, it's also an EVM chain. Basically, it is a fork of Ethereum with a control group of validators. So BSC relies on the POSA, Proof of Stake Authority consensus, which requires 21 validators to keep the chain up running. So BSC is quite centralized, so it's vulnerable to hacking. It's also worth noticing that BSC can potentially handle right now about 470 transactions per second, but because of the heavy load of those transactions, this parameter stays right now at 160 TPS. Fee on for BSC as zero point 0.2, block time 3 seconds, finality 45 seconds. And another point of BSC is the over reliance of Ethereum. So Binance mostly relies on the Ethereum developer community, and as a result, BSC has seen little innovation outside of what is already available on Ethereum. The next blockchain we are using in our comparison is Polygon. So it is like Ethereum sidechain, level 2 blockchain. It is Ethereum version 1 clone with the BFT proof of stake consensus. So Polygon allows conducting about 7,000 transactions per second. Their fee is 0.001 USD, block time 2 and 2 point seconds, and 30 and the finality is 30 minutes to 1.5 hour. So very often when people speak about speed, they do not consider the finality of the network. So finality, it's a property that once the transaction is completed, there is no way to revert it. And it is possible to revert the transaction on Polygon, like in the a period of 30 minutes to 1.5 hours, which basically means that it can take up to 2 hours to complete that transaction. Also, layer 2 solutions are directly connected to the Ethereum network. And in case of Polygon, the finality of the transaction comes thanks to the checkpoints that are sent to Ethereum network and are confirmed there. So it takes time to go to the Ethereum, come back, and come back. Mm, So it's also important to know that Ethereum does not secure or validate the checkpoints, and the Polygon does not inherit the security of level 1 blockchain. So POS chain just saves the checkpoints using their EVM contract, and in case the Polygon chain breaks, or so the validators will resume from the last good block saved in the checkpoint, and it means that any unsaved transactions can be uncalled or discarded. And the last but not the least is Solana. Uh, is basically what we has used for our pays. So since I guess 2021, Solana has been building Ethereum virtual machine for themselves. So currently, Neon EVM, that's the name of this chain, is launched on Solana DevNet, has its own token and set of operators. They offer 4,500 TPS on DevNet. Their fee is 0.00061 USD, block time 0.4 seconds, and the finality depends on the numbers of operations to complete the transactions. And also there is a point that Neon EVM does not completely support Ethereum block API, and since many Ethereum-based applications are block-oriented, this may cause major compatibility issues while integrating uh, Neon EVM. So at this point, we can say that we are the fastest, the fee is the lowest, and the finality is also the highest.
Well, it sounds like you are from everything you've said. Thank you very much for your amazing explanation. Now, Wellers uses Solana's codebase with additional Ethereum virtual machine functionality. Now, over the past year, Solana has been the only blockchain halting operation for 4 times. Has it impacted Wellers in any way?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's something what people ask us a lot. Like you are based on Solana, Solana crashes. What are you going to do? So for you to understand, if you are a level 1 blockchain, right? It means that we are have our separated code, and yeah, we do not depend on Solana. So if Solana crashes, we are okay with it. So we recognize that innovations are unfamiliar waters and that anything may happen along the journey, which happens to Solana, and it's okay. And the way they are handling, I guess, is also okay. But in addition to inheriting Solana's background, we are also making our own improvements to avoid such obstacles. And yeah, so we are moving totally our way, and the operation issues on Solana blockchain does not impact Velas in any way.
Well, that is very good to know. And could you tell me, what the benefits for the developers who decide to switch over to Velas chain are?
So the technical improvements or benefits are pretty the same. So Velas is fast, Velas is cheap to build your application on, and this should allow you to grow your public very fast, your user base, as maybe the personal ones. Benefits for developers are few incentives. Uh, First of all, we have like individual approach to each development team. We have a grant program. The base of the grant program is 100 uh, million, 100 million grant program, which basically means that when you apply for the grant, uh, I guess the amount for one project is up to 200K. I'm not pretty sure with it, but this is the amount you can receive for the development of your application or any other project. Mm, Also, we have 250 million uh, insensitive, which is pretty similar to the grant program, right? But once again, it is individual. And with this individual approach, we are trying to gather the best projects we can into our ecosystem. And right now, at the moment, our grants team are reviewing what we have currently in our grants program. And I guess in 2 or 3 weeks, we are going to introduce a new program to make it even more attractive for developers.
Well, thank you very much for sharing this info with us. Sounds exciting. Now, late September, Well has announced its new strategic partner, GEM Digital. With if I'm not mistaken, 135 million financial, commitment between the two of them. How do you plan to use this amount of money?
So of course, this is a big amount in Gem Digital. This is the private investment firm, and this information is like where and how much goes is under NDA. We are not allowed to share this information in any way. What I can tell you that the biggest part of this commitment is going to be spent to develop the ecosystem.
Well, that's good enough for us, I guess. Thank you very much for sharing what you could. Now, speaking of Well's recent partnerships, Meta Social Network, Woonkly, is one of them. Now, could you please explain to our listeners what this cooperation is expected to result in?
So bringing together Woonkly's decentralized social network as well as sector-leading blockchain promises to deliver like a variety of benefits for users. So as well as enhancing the ability to quickly and easily mint and trade NFTs, the partnership will also result in the joint development of a range of NFT and metaverse projects. Thanks to this partnership, the existing community of Velas blockchain users will now be able to access Woonkly's products and services with social media integration, faster purchasing and trading of NFTs, and lower transaction fees. Sorry. Yeah, and Woonkly is basically a meta social marketplace that allows users to turn every single social post onto the platform into NFT and quickly, easily, and without extra fees. And this is a big partnership, and we are going to track how exactly Woonkly users and our users will react to our low commissions and high speed in the combination with NFTs on the Woonkly platform. And based on that, we will continue like introducing more and more. And I can also introduce one more partnership, or we can say, yeah, it's more like a partnership. Wavelength, it's a new DEX on Velas, which is going to be the next, I guess, the main builder of the Velas ecosystem in the future. I guess, yeah, they should release their tags in few hours. So yeah, please visit the Wallace Telegram for more information. We are happy to see you.
Will sure do. I like the fact that you mentioned the quickly, easily, and without extra fees. That could be your motto. Now, Alexander, if you don't mind, I've got some questions that we picked from our users. Bear in mind the fact that you may have already answered them because I chose them prior to the actual AMA, but still,
Hmm.
I think it would be cool. Is that all right with
Yeah,
you?
yeah, it's fine.
So, the first one is from Sam Chiz One, who says, "What's the partnership between Wellers and Ferrari, and any plans of partnership among any other big firms outside and in blockchain technology?"
I can just say that the partnership between Wallace and Ferrari is something from the other planet. It's just huge. Like a limited amount of people, and even inside Wallace, knew about it. Yeah, Ferrari is just a mastodon. I don't know. This is the one of the biggest companies and projects, and yeah, we're very excited to work with them. What the partnership between Velas and Ferrari is? Well, first of all, we are going to build, and we are building the NFT marketplace on Velas. And when it will be out, we are going to have Ferrari NFTs on Velas blockchain. Uh, this is the basic milestone of the partnership. From Ferrari's side, we are on all their F1 uh, cars, bullets, symbols on helmets. Yeah. So Velas is marked everywhere in Ferrari. We are in uh, Velas name as on the Ferrari sports car in F1 game. So yeah, any other plans of partnerships? Well, first of all, we cannot mention those according to an NDA. We have, of course, something big, uh, some big partnerships from the firms from which are not related to crypto at all, but they are huge in the world. But yeah, subscribe to us and stay tuned, and we will let you know.
Well, that is the way to know, so we will do for sure. Now, Emerson 2227 says, "What are the requirements to become a validator?"
Uh, the requirements, the technical requirements of validator. Well, I'm not a tech person. I can say that you need to have a strong PC and a very good internet. All the technical requirements are on our website. You can just go again in our Telegram or on our website, and you will find those there. But the main requirement is to have 1 million total stake, and after that you can be considered to be a validator, right? Before you stake 1 million VLX total, uh, you cannot be a validator. You will be just a simple staker, and you will not receive the rewards for people who will stake as you. But what this million means that I, as a validator in UMC, like you can help 500,000 and I can have 500,000, which makes it total million, right? And now from this point, I can be considered as the validator because I have a total stake of 1 million, or I can have 100,000, right? And the rest will come from the other stakers, which again will total to 1 million.
Well, thank you very much. Now, the next user is a Silto, and he says, is it possible to make a deal with Ledger Live? We cannot withdraw coins to the cold wallet. Moreover, coins with ERC structure, such as Ethereum, can be withdrawn to the cold wallet through the Velas network.
Yeah, we are working right now with Ledger to complete the integration. Right now with Ledger, you can deal in this way. You can connect your Ledger to MetaMask, and through MetaMask, you will be able to see your VLX coins. Like through MetaMask, you can send it to Ledger, and this way you can be able to store VLX coins. But once again, we are trying to complete the integration with Ledger at the moment, and we are working on it. At the moment, you can use maybe Trezor. Trezor has integrated well as EVM fully, so it's fully compatible again with the MetaMask, and yeah, you can store VLX there. I guess that's it. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Now, Braj lowercase 27 says, I found that your Wellers token is listed in around 17 exchanges, including Gate.io, KuCoin, etc. So he wants to ask, what is your future planning for listing Wellers at Binance and some other big exchanges to increase its value? And again, someone else is interested in knowing about your partnerships in the near future. You're popular.
Yeah, so let's cover the partnerships first. We are going to announce it. Like, I do not want to break the NDA. In most cases, we are signing NDA prior to posting it. And yeah, we cannot just tell you before it's actually happening. Uh, about the exchanges listing, so you have named Gate.io, KuCoin. We are also listed on Huobi. This is the big ones. Uniswap. If we are speaking Uniswap and Wagyu, these are the biggest DEXs at the moment. And yeah, we are speaking with Binance team, and we are speaking to all the major exchanges at the moment. But it's a long process, and I cannot tell you whether we are going to be listed there or not.
Well,
But I
hopefully
can
you
tell,
will.
yeah, I can tell you for sure that we are connected with all major exchanges right now.
Okay, and Adi Rashmancia says, I would like to know if Wellers has learning or staking programs. What would be the API of staking?
Mm, so we are operating blockchain, so we have, yeah, of course, staking program. So first of all, you can stake native coin in our Velas Wallet. This is the main place where do you stake VLX token. The APY at the moment is 9-11%, depending on the validator. So personally, I'm staking at 9.7, I guess, yearly. There are also staking events on Huobi. Last time we had I guess 500% API for 14 days. We are also letting our users know about such events. And I guess in the recent partnership, just a second, recent partnership with Savel Wallet, right? You are also able to stake Velas Native and Savel Wallet. And yeah, of course, we are trying to develop the ecosystem and find more and more places to stake Velas coin.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Alexander. We have one last announcement to make, and that is that we are picking 5 users who've been with us up until now, and each one of them will be given away $50 in VLX tokens each. Besides, the 5 of you who sent, and I've chosen the best questions, will become members of the Crypto Coins Coach Private Trading Club. The winners will be announced now on the Crypto Coins Coach channel. Congratulations to you all. And please remember to contact at CCC lowercase payments on Telegram within 24 hours to claim your spot. Now, sadly, Alexander, we've reached our time budget, but I want to say that it was a pleasure to host you here live on Crypto Coins Coach. I'm sure everyone's learned a lot because I've definitely learned a lot more about Velas. So thank you very much.
Thank you guys for writing us, for offering this possibility to speak here. From what I can see, you have a beautiful, big, just nice community right there. So it was a pleasure for me to speak here, to explain you more about Velas. If you have more questions or you need my help on something, you can just DM me or just go in our Telegram. Uh, you can Google, you can again DM me for the correct link because there are pretty a lot scammers impersonating Velas. Yeah, and we will get you there. Thank you, MC, for hosting. It was also a pleasure for to speak personally with you. I enjoyed the AMA session. Yeah, and thank you guys and take care.
Thank you very much, Alexander, once again. And thank you, dear Crypto Coins Coach followers. It was great to have you here with us today once again. This is MC, and I wish you all to land on the moon with us. Bye.
Bye, see ya.